Welcome to the Third and 10 podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Nguyen. Before we get started, of course, we have our Taste of Nate segment where I go on a short tangent of a topic that stands out to me. On Tuesday was Kyron Lacey, and of course, rest easy to the young man who passed away last weekend. But today is more of a happier topic that I would like to discuss. With the draft a week away, as a Giants fan, and Brian will be joining us shortly, being a Giants fan himself, it's been fun to kind of predict where players are going, especially for us, because we've been dying for players that will help turn this franchise around. But when you think of players that can change a franchise around, you don't typically think, I should say, of guys that are going in the mid rounds. That might change in this year's draft. It's rare to see a quarterback who leads a Power Five conference in so many passing categories and break records, and yet still not be considered a first round pick. But that is the case here in regards to Mr. Kyle McCord. The New Jersey native spent 3 years at Ohio State, appearing in 24 games, starting 13 of them, including 12 in his junior and only season as a full-time for the Buckeyes. Going 11-1, completing almost 66% of his passes, 24 touchdowns, 6 picks, all the good stuff. He set some records at Ohio State, including beating or recording the 7th highest amount of passing yards in Ohio State history. But the Buckeyes moved on from him, I should say, and he decided to go to Syracuse, where he showed the college football world what he was made of. He set the ACC record for the most passing yards in a single season with over 4,700 yards. He rewrote the history books for the school, whether it was a lot of categories, I should say. Passing yards, touchdown passes, all that good stuff. He even finished 10th in Heisman voting. He was named Offensive MVP after completing 24 of 34 of his passes for 453 yards and 5 touchdowns in the game against Washington State in the Holiday Bowl at the end of the season. He concluded his college career with a 22-4 record as his starting quarterback. Pretty good, I would say. This guy has a lot of great traits. He has a lightning quick release. He has great accuracy and ball placement. Outstanding deep ball. He loves to sling it down the field, and he's really damn good at it. Anticipation on timing routes, he's really good as well. He's naturally a leader. Like, he went into 2 programs and led them to success. There are some concerning traits. He's not a scrambler by any means. He'll basically look to throw. He'll run a little bit, but he will look to throw more than anything before he'll think about running. And honestly, those checkdowns that are right there for him, he won't take them. Like, he just loves to throw the ball down the field. But those flaws, they're not even concerning. They can easily be fixable. Well, maybe not the athletic part in terms of, being fast and being able to run, but who cares? With him being mocked to be chosen in the mid rounds, there's no doubt whoever gets him will have a future quarterback one on their team. He has it all. He has size, the winning pedigree. He's mentally strong. He's a leader. He's a gunslinger. Oh, and in clutchness, look no further than that against Miami, where he was down 21-0 and helped Syracuse come all the way back to win 42-38. By the way, he had an efficient game, threw for over 380 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, he may not be a big name like a Sanders or a Ward or a Jackson Dart, but you will remember his name. If all things go to plan, he may not just be the best quarterback in this class, but he will do something even Syracuse's most notable quarterback in Donovan McNabb never did, which was Super Bowl. And for that, let's get started. Happy Thursday. I'm joined always by my guy, Brian Germanaro. Brian, my friend, good to see you. Happy Thursday to you. And how are you, good sir?
I'm doing good. A little thing about the McCord thing. He left Ohio State because he couldn't beat Michigan. That's why he left Ohio State. So if he had just beat Michigan once his entire college career, and probably NFL draft stock is completely different.
Oh, 100%. And it just sucks, man, because I also watched Gruden's quarterback class yesterday, record episode, and Ohio State, they just wanted to move on from him. And I was just like, he lost. Okay, I get it. Like, he
It's
lost.
different. It's Michigan.
Really
You don't
is.
lose to Michigan.
Yeah.
Like, there are Ohio State fans that, like, sure, they won national championship here, but they're still upset they lost to Michigan this year. It's their championship's almost tainted because Michigan beat them.
Yeah. And that's how big college football rivalries are, right? Which is insane. Like, you lose one game, and it's like, oh, you're not a good quarterback, or you're not a good coach, and oh man, the amount of
Harbaugh had
abuse
that. Harbaugh almost got fired for it before the national championship. Harbaugh almost got fired because I mean, he wasn't great, but like a big thing was you cannot beat Ohio State. Ohio State owns you.
Yeah, dude. I remember the amount of abuse and like amount of like things that Ryan Day was called after losing twice last year. He lost to Oregon, he lost to Michigan. I was like, oh, you're gonna get fired.
Ryan Day does get fired if he doesn't win the national championship.
Oh, dude,
Ohio State fans were right to run him out of town.
Yeah, and then his team put on an absolute show against Tennessee, which we'll be talking a little bit later, of course, by the way, during our post-game segment in regards to a certain quarterback transferring for
oh my God, what an idiot.
Stupid reason. Yeah,
absolute idiot.
And hey, being a California kid, I love the California, college teams, but wrong school to choose, my friend. He should not have gone there. I'm just saying. And then dude, they blew the game against Oregon. Woo, the Buckeyes blew them out. Damn, it was crazy. And then they beat Texas, and then they end up winning the championship against the Irish. But
I'm not talk about that.
Yeah, not
new subject.
New subject, but Kyle McCord, remember, a lot of respect should be put on him. I do think, for him being, mocked in the mid rounds and everything like that, he's going to be a solid quarterback. He just needs a chance to prove him to, battle for the job, and we'll go from there. But yeah, we got a good show for you guys today. We'll be talking a little bit about Joe Schoen's pre-draft press conference that he had yesterday with the media, with the draft almost basically a week away from today. We'll dive into what he had to say about the team. We will also have our first full round one mock draft. And finally, we'll end the show with Flushing Faithful, as always, with Brian in our post-game segment, which will give a few updates on the NBA play-in tournament and also some other news surrounding the
I've never been more right about anything in my life than the Bulls.
Dude, it was like, what, 71-46 at half? And
bro, I didn't even turn the game on. I was watching the show Paradise last night. I'm like, let me just check what's going on. I'm like, oh, okay.
You're
not like, missing anything. I'm going to keep watching this.
Like, thank God I didn't waste my time watching this stuff. But all right, no. Otherwise, let's get started. My friend Joe Schoen had his press conference yesterday, and he was asked a few questions by the media. He started his press conference by thanking the team, the scouting department, all this stuff for their work and everything, as you should. But simply put, my friend, I know you watched it as well as I. When I was actually working, I was literally multitasking. I took notes after I got off. But what things stood out to you from his press conference? Then I'll give my takeaways as well.
Yeah, no, the biggest thing for me was that they feel the quarterback room is set. Like, that's something I've been talking about a lot in this show. It's like the Giants wouldn't be, they wouldn't have signed Winston or Wilson. Like, they would have signed one of the two, obviously, but they wouldn't have signed both if their pick at 3 was quarterback. So that seems like the Giants are very, not in love with any of the quarterbacks, even though we see like they're at all the games and stuff. It doesn't match up with what Joe Schoen is saying. He said he's confident with the quarterback room and he's not going to force a quarterback pick. All right. So for me, not forcing a quarterback pick means he's going to wait on quarterback. He's going the mid to late rounds, because if he hadn't brought in 2 quarterbacks, that is the implication. Okay, he's going quarterback at 3. And also that they're not going to let a generational talent pass them. He's going to pick best player available, which is, in this case, either Hunter or Carter. So it seems like we're narrowed down to two options right now. It's Carter or Hunter. It's pretty much those two or no one.
That's right. And speaking of those two, he did mention that mention those two in during the press conference with Hunter specifically. He talked
Yes.
about how he's motivated to play both ways and thinks he'll be fine physically to handle it. I will say,
Interesting. Because there's no other team has said that, which means are the Giants leaning him over Carter?
Possibly. And this is gonna sound really stupid because I didn't realize it until he said it. But like the fact that he has to learn two playbooks,
Yeah, it's
that's a lot. And I'm like, bro,
you
he
don't
literally
think about
did that
stuff
in
like that. You just think about the
yeah,
physical stuff. It's like actually, no, he does have to learn too.
dude. And at the NFL, there's like so many plays that you have to memorize. But hey, if he's willing to do it, and it helped that he loves the game as much as he does, and Travis Hunter. So I have no doubt he can do it, but it's going to be a lot because college is, as we all know, different story from the NFL. No doubt about it.
It's not as in depth as it is in the NFL.
Exactly, no, sir. And then today, the Giants have a medical meeting with Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter, and Shane also talked about him as well, and also mentioned our rival, the Philadelphia Eagles, how they had success in the Super Bowl, right, rushing for guys, and he mentioned, yeah,
Like I've been saying that address the trenches.
Exactly. And he talked about how like just seeing other teams and how they have success, it's kind of quote unquote copy. He didn't say copycat league, but that's basically what he said. Like you look at other teams and how they, yeah, you look at other teams and how they have success. You try to replicate that, right? And when he mentioned Philly, I was like, okay, so the game plan here, if Carter is the pick, they see, Burns, Tibbs, Dex, and Carter on that same line to get pressure to the quarterback. And we talked about this before, right? I mean, in our division alone, we have three, and this is much respect for Dak Prescott, three top quarterbacks in the league.
3 top 15 quarterbacks.
Thank you. There you go. Prescott being damn near close to 15 and 10, but I digress.
I give Prescott 14. I think
very nice of you.
I think that's fair.
Very nice of you. I was gonna put him at 15, but you know what? Shout out to the Cowboys, man.
I mean, if you could give Prescott in a good system and surround him with weapons, he'll be fine. He's not going to set the world on fire like, a Mahomes or Josh Allen, but he'll be a game manager enough and winning games.
Oh, trust me. They could add some receivers in Dallas, but no, they're going to go ahead and get those alignment because that's what Dallas does. Make the pick that no one expects them to pick.
This is a franchise that almost picked Johnny Manziel when Tony Romo was still like at the height of his game.
I know. Imagine if Johnny went to Dallas. It'd be a nice homecoming.
It actually might have worked out better for him.
I feel like
he does. He says it in the documentary too. Had he gone to Dallas, it would have been different because it's the home connection. I don't think he explicitly said it, but I'm pretty sure he grew up a Cowboys fan.
It's different when you go to play for a team that you that you play college in the same state that you play college in. I feel like because you're sort of close to home.
There's a lot of built-in fans already. Like I guarantee you, 50% of Texas A&M fans are also Dallas Cowboy fans.
Yeah, you go from Dallas, so you have Dallas, and then you have Cleveland. You're picking one over the other. Unfortunately, he didn't get a chance to do that, and that's why his career died in Cleveland. But I digress. But yeah, so Shane clearly high on both players, no doubt about it. In terms of Thibodeau, by the way, and also Evan Neal, the decision to pick up their fifth-year option will be made after the draft. The deadline is May 1st. And
that's smart.
Also,
to see what you have in terms of like what position. Like, what if we pick up a guard in the mid rounds or a tackle in the mid rounds? Well, Neal becomes a lot less important now, so don't really need him staying around. Or what if Abdul Carter's on the roster and they don't love what Kayvon's doing? So, all right, we don't really have to pick up your fourth-year option because your replacement's in the building already.
Do you feel like it's more likely that they'll decline one over the other? Because I feel like for me, even
decline Neal over Kayvon.
Yeah,
I say Kayvon's 60-40. They'll pick it up. I think Neal is like 40-60. They like 60-40 the other way.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like if you get Carter and we just talked about the whole like four guys on that D line, you would kind of want to keep Thibodeau in order to fulfill that philosophy. Whereas if you're gonna get a guard or another tackle in the draft, Neal kind of becomes expendable, and you're gonna get a lot of criticism for him being off the roster because like, oh my god, you wasted a 7th overall pick on him. But then again, players sometimes don't work out.
The only way Kayvon isn't on the roster with Carter is if a team offers something crazy. Like if we get a call, like a first round pick is offered for Kayvon Thibodeau, I'm sorry, he's gone.
Yeah, sorry. I love him, but
yeah,
I literally have his jersey.
I'm never gonna get that if I hold on to him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I have his jersey, but I would gladly move on if we're getting a first round pick, but we can use that to get someone else. Shadur Sanders. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm obsessed about
it. Anything, it's
which
Dart.
It's very
The Giants love Dart.
I know. I do not.
I know you swear, don't.
If we hop on the draft show next week, which by the way, there will be a Belly Up Super Show if you guys don't know. On next Thursday, me and Brian are very, very excited. We're both gonna be there for the first time, actually, because last show we had our own show. You on the show with me. The 3rd and 10. No, my God, I can't even talk. We had the 3rd and 10 podcast last year, but we didn't hop on the show together for that pick.
I was in college. It was a little different.
Yeah, it's gonna be our first time witnessing and discussing the pick live together with the guys, which includes DJ Kelsey from High Low and of course Jared Clem from the corner booth and all the things. So very excited for that. But I swear to God, please, if they get Jackson Dart, I'm gonna lose my crap. I don't think
it depends on when they pick Dart. If they pick Dart in like the late first, early second, I could buy into it. Don't love it, but I could buy into it. At least you didn't pick 3 with it.
I'm sorry. He's the who was the pick last year that I was very unhappy a team that I didn't believe in? It wasn't with us, but it was it was Drake May. I remember.
Yeah, that worked out.
That worked out great. But you know what?
That's fine. I didn't like May either, and I've been.
I remember.
I killed have Drake May on the roster right now.
Dude, we're like, oh, he sucks. He's the next Daniel Jones. And when he goes to the Patriots, I'm like, yeah, good luck, New England.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Leads a casual comeback at one point. I forgot who the opponent was, but had a casual comeback to force the game in overtime. We're just like,
the Patriots are sneaky, wild card team, depending on who they draft.
We watch Hard Knocks, and May was super impressive, and we're just like, oh, I see.
Well, if this stuff came out, we would have looked like idiots.
Yeah, nice shot, boys. Yeah, this is why, like you mentioned before, no one does Hard Knocks offseason anymore, including the North Carolina Tar Heels, because they've seen the Giants.
That's because Belichick's girlfriend's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you see Belichick's girlfriend is running his production team? She's the COO. They've been dating for 6 months.
How could I describe that that's like basically having her move in after.
No, that's move in is crazy. That's like moving in after like 2 dates.
She's the one.
She's running Belichick's legacy right now. Belichick was coaching when she wasn't even born yet.
Oh my God. Hey man, she's a Panther. Raw.
Oh yeah, she's something, all right.
She loves him. Come on.
I think Kanye had a song about her too.
She give me money. Nah, I ain't saying. Okay, no.
Yeah. Stop. You can look it up.
Yes. A few more things from Joe Schoen's press conference. He was asked, as a GM being its 4th draft, how he hasn't had the chance to put in a card for a quarterback yet. Is that an itch that he was asked? And when Joe Schoen was asked about that, he was like, "Yeah, that's something. We would like to have a young franchise quarterback, and every GM wants to, but it's about the value. And value was a key word from this press conference,
which I loved.
The value is right.
I loved value.
Yes, because it's not like he's not pressing, and it helps, right? Like you mentioned earlier in the segment, he got 2 quarterbacks in Wilson and Winston. You still have DeVito, as much as I don't like him playing wise. So there's no need to press for a quarterback, especially at pick number 3 or even in round 2 or whatever the case may be. Mid round, that's where you can kind of make the argument to go get one if someone's there.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that's kind of scary is what if there's a run at quarterbacks, round 2, round 3, because it's more than likely there is, right? You have, once you get past Ward, which we'll talk about later during the post game show segment, Sanders and Dart. I just talked about McCord in the beginning of the show.
But
You have
that's a drop off.
Yeah, but
it's Ward and then like Sanders and then Dart and then just you're off a cliff.
Yeah,
I feel like those 3 quarterbacks, people could like make an argument like they'll be good, at least good NFL backups. They'll be in the league for 10 years or so. After that, it's a really like these are all boom or bust guys that like could be a good starting quarterback, or they could be flipping burgers at McDonald's in 2 years.
Yeah. I can see the potential that McCord has for sure, and he's someone that could go like late second, early third.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way about Ryan Leonard. Like I see his value.
It's just that drop off is significant, but I could see like, randomly towards the end of second, third, where we can see Show gone, McCord gone,
Milrow gone.
Milrow.
I think Milrow kicks it off. I think if Milrow goes, then we'll see the run on quarterback. Because I think Milrow is such the wild card.
Oh man, if he goes first round, that's going to create a havoc for day 2.
Yeah, so I think a lot of teams we see Jalen Hurts in him, but like he doesn't have what Hurts has, Like there is flashes of it, but it's not like sustained. He just doesn't do simple things right.
Yeah, and that's kind of interesting, right? Like you would think, like as a quarterback, it's like there's more complicated things that you need to work on. But for him, it's like he literally needs to know how to complete short and intermediate.
It's like just throw a check down. Why can't you throw a check down? The guy's standing next to you.
Right there. It's right there.
The guy's 5 yards and you throw it over his head.
Yeah, same thing with McCord. Dude, he will not dude, literally in Gruden's quarterback class, and I'm not sure if you've seen that quite.
I've watched clips of it, yeah.
Okay. He will not take the check down. Larry Gruden was like telling him,
throw
dude, if it's there. They were working on that during the drill towards the end of the episode. I'm like, McCord, I love you, man, but just please, it's right there. Tyrell Tracy's a good receiving back if you end up with us. Like, he can catch the football.
Like, I'm not sitting here banging anything like you guys only throw checkdowns. Like, no, I like that you have the confidence and the ability to throw the ball downfield, but there are certain plays where if you force the ball downfield, we're gonna get screwed. Hit the open man and get the short yardage to make third down and second down easier.
Live to play another down, as they always say.
Exactly. You lose the battle, but you win the war.
Exactly.
Okay.
Amen,
we want to get 15 yards on this second and 10, but we got 5. Okay, well now it's a 3rd and 5 instead of a 3rd and 10. We can now maybe come up with a run play. Do this, do that. The defense doesn't know what we're going to run because it's short yardage.
Exactly. Playbook opens up a little bit too to kind of find the right play to run 3rd and 5.
If it's 3rd and longer than like 7, as long as you don't have like a Derrick Henry or a Saquon Barkley, you're kind of passing the ball. You're forced to pass.
So, yeah, that's sometimes the easiest thing to do is just get some short yardage, get many yards as you can on a play, and let the play another down. And guys like McCord and Milrow need to work on that instead of just forcing the ball down the field. And they're good at that. But hey, to be a quarterback, you have to know how to throw and throw well on all 3 levels of the field, which is short, intermediate, and the deep ball as well. The last thing that I want to cover from Shane's press conference, he was asked, do you know who you want right now? Could that change? On Thursday, the day of the draft? He says, quote, again, we're going to run out the shot clock here. We have until next Thursday. We're going to do our due diligence. The phone usually picks up early next week when guys are at meetings and you're getting closer to the draft. We'll continue to make our calls. Coach, hit up coaches, whatever research we need to do. That's been our process. We'll do good on Thursday. So for those of us expecting the Giants to make a pick very fast on next week, I expect them to really make it or get it all the way down to like the 10-second mark. I predict the 10-second mark before time runs out, and then we'll hear their pick there. So I'll be quite antsy for Thursday, my friend. We know who number 1 is. You know who number? Oh no, the draft starts at number 2 actually, because depending on what happens to number 2, that's gonna create a whole kind of mess. But yeah, I'm very excited, my friend, for sure. We do have a show next Thursday as well, our own show at our normal time here.
Final mock draft, Giants
Yeah,
mock draft.
yes, final Giants mock draft. Maybe I'll have some trades mixed in. I've been quite boring with my mock drafts, I would say, so far on this show, compared to you with your trades and whatnot, which is more fun to see. But overall, yeah, all I ask for the Giants, man. I'll say it again on Thursday. Just I believe in Shane. I always have since he's been hired, man. It's been a tough few years since that playoff run, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, whoever we get, except Jackson Dart, I'll be chilling, and I believe so. Speaking of drafts, though, we'll continue our conversation right now with our first full round 1 mock draft. So we'll keep it simple. We'll go team by team. We'll name our pick, keep it short of why we made that pick, and we will go from there because we have 32 players, and if we went 5 players for each player or 5 minutes for each player, we would be here for quite a long time.
Yeah, so no one stopped listening.
No, sir. But alrighty, my friend. Let's get it started. Pick numero 1 of round 1. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock. Just really not even a question.
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. Oh my God. Why Cam Ward?
He's the best quarterback in the class.
No doubt.
Best quarterback in the class, and Tennessee doesn't have a quarterback.
Yes, they need quarterback badly. So keep it simple. But all right. Pick 2, round 1. Cleveland Browns on the clock. This is where the draft begins, like we just mentioned. Yeah. Who do you have specifically going here?
I have him taking Travis Hunter. Like, I'm sure Cleveland would like to draft a young quarterback like Shador or maybe even Dart, depending on how they feel about him. But too much money locked up into Deshaun Watson. They can't really move out of that for the foreseeable future. So go out there and get the most dynamic, athletic player that we've basically seen.
Okay. Yeah, same thing with me, man. They need help at receiver, right? That's basically Jerry Jeudy and no one else. So it'd be good to have Hunter. But also, hey, you can never have too many quarterbacks. And Denzel Ward, Newsome, and Hunter, that's a corner room right there for you. So Hunter, 2 to the Browns. Number 3 to our Giants, my friend. Who do you have?
I have Mr. Abdul Carter as the Giants.
Yeah, same here.
to complete Joe Schoen's vision of, rushing 4 guys. Exactly. We're going to be – and for anyone out there saying that Abdul Carter is an Eagles fan and not going to play for us, you're all aware that Lawrence Taylor and Victor Cruz were diehard Cowboys fans, right?
Yeah.
Like you realize 99% of that roster was not Giants fans growing up. Eli Manning was a Saints fan.
Yeah. Like, who cares? Like, oh, it was an Eagles fan. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter.
He's going to play hard for whoever team drafts me. He's not going to just dilly-dally because...
Yeah, no. Anyone who's saying that is either under the age of 14 or just stupid.
Or they really don't want Abdul Carter, which is beyond me.
There's 2 Twitter accounts that I'm ready to just find them and just be like, you need to stop tweeting. I'm going to call somebody.
Stop for the good.
Deactivate these accounts because they're so unbelievably dumb, it hurts people.
Either that or they're just trying to get
either that or they're just horrifically rage baiting.
Yeah, which is
funny. If that's the case, go outside and touch grass, talk to a girl, because you clearly haven't.
Hey, touching grass is nice, man. I'm telling you, I went out on Tuesday to
go outside. It's nice outside. Nice. Get off the internet for a little bit.
Yes, got me a nice steak.
The internet's great, but you gotta do some moderation.
Exactly. Got a nice steak from BJ's restaurant on Tuesday with my guys. Very good. With the root beer too. It was some good stuff. But anyways, I digress. We'll talk about food another day for sure. Yeah, same thing for me. Abdul Carter. Why not bring back the way of success that brought you 2 Super Bowls in 2007 and 2011
and 86. Don't forget that 86 defense was very good for the Giants, led by Taylor.
Oh, yes, it sure was. Taylor,
Banks. Yeah.
Oh man,
Harry Carson,
Deontay Banks. I'm kidding. But Carl Banks and man, that was good. We had a good D line back then. I tell you that. But yeah,
Big Blue Wrecking Crew. Honestly, literally what they were called, the Big Blue Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, right. So why not?
We need to bring that back. That's awesome. Make t-shirts.
Bring that back. Yes, sir. All right, number 4 to the Patriots we go. Who do you have going?
I have Will Campbell. They have to protect Drake May at all costs. They gave him. I thought about wide receiver here, but they brought in Diggs. They might trade. I've heard potentially Chris Olave is a guy they're interested in, and the Saints might move him. So I think if that's their case, give Drake May as much time as possible. They allowed 52 sacks last year, 5th worst in the NFL. If you want Drake May to develop, you have to give him time to throw.
That's correct. A receiver would make so much sense here, right? For sure. But there's a major hole at left tackle with Trent Brown gone. So, and they signed Stephon, so that kind of remedied the need for a receiver that early. So, yes, Will Campbell was also my pick as well. So, we have the exact first
top 4 is the exact same. I'm top 5 would be the exact same, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. So, we go to number 5 to Jacksonville. I assume it's a D tackle.
It's Mason Graham, yeah.
Mason Graham, alrighty.
And I like Mason Graham a lot. I don't want him at 3. Do not want him at 3. Don't get me wrong. But if the Giants say we're to trade back to, like, let's just say the Raiders trade up and we're sitting at 6 and the Jaguars pass on him, Mason Graham's the pick at 6.
Yeah, big blue wrecking crew. Same thing that could happen with Carter. If we get Graham,
you run a 4. Then you switch it to a 3-4 to a 4-3, so they're both on the field at the same time.
Oh yes, and thankfully Jacksonville's defense in this case they have a 4-3 defense. So it's going to be Hines, Allen, Armstead, Graham, and then Trayvon Walker, who's quiet.
That's a nice pass rush they developed there for it. One of the worst NFL defenses last year. Having that up front definitely will help out.
100%. Number 6, we go to the Las Vegas Raiders, my friends. Who do you have going here?
I got Ashton Genty going here. With Pete Carroll and Geno Smith, it's a win-now team. We saw back at Pete Carroll's day at Seattle, having an elite bell cow running back is a major part of his offense, major part of what makes his team good. Of course, alluding to the great beast mode, Marshawn Lynch. And I'm not saying Genty's beast mode, but he basically did will the Boise State Broncos to a playoff spot last year. He ran he had 2,600 yards. That's insane. And 30 touchdowns. Like, you put that guy in the Raiders offense is automatically probably top 15.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. And I love his article in the Players Tribune.
That was hysterical. I laughed so much when he said that.
Loved it.
Football's a tackle game. I don't get tackled. Right? You know?
Dude. All right. Like,
I can't argue with that.
I remember he was saying, like, I'm coming to your franchise to do what Saquon and the Eagles. I'm coming to win big. It's tackle football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I draft the guy that they can't tackle.
I'm like, man, this guy's going to be good.
That goes hard, dude. I was like, yeah.
I still don't want the Giants to draft you, but, like, if you were there around 2, I'd be doing everything to get you.
Hypothetically, if he was there, dude, I would go all in for him. For sure.
I had a dream the Giants traded up for the first overall pick and they drafted him.
Oh, that's a straight out of draft day, bro.
I know. It was legit the worst. I woke up like, thank God that was a dream, because I think if that happened on, let's say, a week from now and we were on the show, I would just leave. Like, I would just leave the show.
Yeah, like, I don't think we would have a reaction ready. Like, we would just be shell-shocked. Yeah, no doubt about it. But it's because it's like, out of all the guys,
you know what? Belly Up is definitely rooting for it because it'd be the greatest content they ever create.
I know, 100%. They're like, how do you guys feel? And we're like, okay.
I can't handle it right now. I need to leave.
Exactly. We'll be back next week.
I need to go to therapy. I need to go find a therapist that's open right now because I can't handle this.
Saquon Part 2. The therapist is like, what's wrong?
What's wrong? The Giants. Oh, I got a lot of these. Sit down. Why hasn't anyone done that? There should be like a therapist that just specializes in sports fans and it's just like, tell me how you feel. It's like the Jets lost again. It's like, okay, all right, we'll get you through this.
We get it. We got this. That's what you paid me for, right?
That guy will grow and make so much money.
Oh man, 100%. He'd be a good.
Why haven't they done that
dependable doctor for sure.
Why haven't they done
that? I don't know.
Like, sports fans have connections to their teams. Like
maybe you should be you can be like the Twitter's therapist.
Oh no way, absolutely not. Because someone would come up with a Mets thing and be like, you know what, you are 100% right, and then we get nothing done.
True. Yeah, fair enough.
Or a Philly fan would walk in and say, "Get out," and I would be the Eagles fans like. The Eagles. I'm like, shut up. You throw batteries.
You want a Super Bowl. Enough.
You want a Super Bowl this decade. Shut up.
We did not. Chill. But number 6, the Raiders, man. Genty would be a nice pick. But man, they released Jack Jones recently. That cornerback room is very weak. So why not bring the best one that's in the draft, and that's Will Johnson for me. You can chase running back second round, in my opinion. So, and Will Johnson, he's a shutdown corner, in my opinion. So give me Will Johnson for the Raiders.
Like it. I like it.
Number 7, New York Jets. Who do you have, good sir?
I got Tyler Warren, the tight end from Penn State. There were rumors last week the Jets are doing their due diligence on him. They seem to very much like him. And you have to surround Justin Fields with as much talent as possible. You got great receivers, a great running back room. Tight end's lacking a little bit. You add Warren, that Jets offense is ready to fly.
Sounds good. Yeah, dude, that'd be a sexy pick if they get Tyler Warren, but same thing with me. Same thing as the Patriots. Their right tackle position in this case is no doubt a big question mark because I have no idea who the heck's playing right tackle for them whatsoever. Yeah. So you need to address the offensive line. Someone's got to protect Justin Fields, despite the fact that he can't scramble. You need a right tackle. So I'm going with Armand Mambu from Missouri. Best right tackle in the draft. Arguably the best tackle in the draft, honestly, depending on who you ask in terms of analyst wise. But Mambu will be the pick here for the Jets. So, number 8, the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, so I got the Panthers going with Terry McMillan, the wide receiver from Arizona. Finally, we talked about this on the show before. Give Bryce Young that true wide receiver number 1, and he's a tall wide receiver, which helps a lot with young quarterbacks. Yeah. Jump up for the 50-50 balls. He's 6'5". Like we wax poetic about what Amari Cooper did for Eli Manning. Amari Cooper was 6'3". Imagine what a 6'5" receiver could do.
I will say, throw it up in the red zone for him too. It's going to help out so much for Bryce Young. Exactly. And he played well towards the end of the season. Young did, right? And you add the best true receiver in the draft, along with Xavier Legette, and he's an upgrade over Adam Thielen and Jalen Coker, no doubt about it. McMillan is. So McMillan was also my pick here at number 8 for the Carolina Panthers. Number 9 for the New Orleans Saints, who had some quarterback issues.
It's your boy. It's your boy, Mr. Shador Sanders.
It hurts.
It's going to New Orleans. Hey, this gives Kellen Moore his quarterback right out of the gate. So Kellen Moore goes there to year 1. His quarterback is right with them. He spends a year behind Derek Carr. Derek Carr is an opt-out, or they can cut him after next year, and it won't hurt the cat that much. It's the perfect situation. It secures Sanders, sits behind Carr for a majority of the season. Maybe he gets in week 17, week 18, and then you can just take the reins next year. And Kellen Moore, we forget this. When Kellen Moore was in Dallas, everyone said he was the next Sean McVay. So this is a guy who has offensive guru, elements to him. He could figure out Shador Sanders and translate what he did in Colorado to the NFL. I think this is a great spot for Shador.
Yes, sir. Honestly, for the Saints, I don't believe they're high on Shador as they are. I mean, I think kind of a bold prediction from me is that either they believe in Spencer Rattler, which Moore has expressed in the past, or they're going to be in the Rodgers or Cousins sweepstakes once everything is said and done. So I don't think they'll take a quarterback. I think they're thinking about protecting whoever will be playing quarterback for them. So why not get themselves a guy that both can play tackle and guard, and that is Kelvin Banks Jr. from the Texas Longhorns. So like I said, he can play guard or tackle, but I think the Saints sign him to guard. It'll be an upgrade over their current left guard position, and they, like I said, they got to protect whoever's playing quarterback, whether it's Rattler or a Cousins or a Rodgers. I just don't think they're high on Shador, as many say they are, or think they are, after the Derek Carr shoulder injury situation there. So give me Kelvin Banks for the Saints. Number 10, Chicago Bears.
Jalen Walker, the edge rusher from Georgia. The Bears have revamped an offensive line this offseason. I think we both have really liked what the Bears have done with it. But, they have a great edge rusher in Montez Sweat, but no one alongside him. You bring in Walker. You now have a two-headed monster of Sweat and Walker. Take some pressure off Walker because he's not entering as the main pass rush option because, Sweat's there. And that kind of pass rush improves their already decent defense. If the offense to work out, the Bears are going to be scary in 2025.
Hell yeah. For the Bears, he's on the board still. Ashton Gianti goes to Chicago. There's a major hole at running back, in my opinion. DeAndre Swift isn't really the RB1. Plus, there's rumors that if Gianti is there, they might just trade Swift away. And Roshan Johnson is not a really good RB2. And with Gianti, there may not need to be may not need to have a RB2 coming, often. So give me Gianti, who is a workhorse and a guy that they definitely cannot tackle at the next level. We saw that in college. It can definitely translate in the NFL, it'd be good for the Bears too to have a different dimensions to the offense and take some pressure off Caleb Williams by drafting GNT. Mm-hmm. Number 11, San Francisco 49ers.
I have Amar Mbebu here, the offensive tackle.
Okay. Nice.
No long-term answer at tackle with Trent Williams and Colton McKinsey up in age. With Brock Purdy being a pocket passer type quarterback, he needs that time for the play to develop. You get a tackle. Now you have a long-term option. So that's why I think the Niners go there.
All right. I'm also going tackle, but on the defensive side of the ball. So defensive tackle for me, Derek Harmon from the Oregon Ducks. It's a weak D tackle room. They lost Armstead, Hargrave, and Collins in the past couple years. Kevin Gillens, Jordan Elliott isn't the most intimidating D tackle room at all in the NFL. So give me a guy in Harmon who is one of the best D tackles in this year's draft. Number 12, Dallas Cowboys.
I got the Cowboys going Matthew Golden. They finally give CeeDee Lamb someone. CeeDee Lamb's their big playmaker, but you double team him and you force Prescott to go to like Tolbert and Turbin. Do you really trust them at all? You get Matthew Golden, who's a Texas kid, by the way. We just talked about this with Johnny Manziel, a Longhorn Texas kid. Give Dak Prescott another solid playmaker, and give Brian Schottenheimer, pieces to work with. Don't just leave him out to dry with CeeDee Lamb and nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does seem nice, but I do think for me, Dallas losing Zach Barnes to retirement, it kind of leaves the hole at right guard. And they did add Robert Jones this offseason, but he's nothing more than a depth piece. And I was seeing people from Dolphins fans, commenting on the Cowboys signed Jones. They're like, yeah, he's nothing more than a depth piece. So I'm just like, got it. They need a guard. So give me Tyler Booker from Alabama, the best guard in this draft. True guard, I should say, because I know Banks is both guard and tackle.
Banks will flip.
Yes.
Which is why I have him fall. That's why, if you notice, I had Banks at 2 in our prospect room, but he's falling a little bit in this draft because of the swing.
Yes, I do see it. He hasn't been picked yet, but I'm excited to see who you have taking Banks. But we get to Miami now, actually. Does he go here?
No, he doesn't. Will Johnson goes here, the quarterback.
Will Johnson goes here.
So
okay.
They had corner concerns already, and then Jalen Ramsey's future's up in the air. So, hey, you bring in Johnson at minimum, a Ramsey Johnson cornerback 1, quarterback 2. That's pretty good. It helps out their defense, helps secure the pass grade. It takes a little bit off the Javon Holland departure and the safety. I know he's a corner, but the secondary, you replace one with the corner. Exactly. Or you trade Ramsey. Hey, Johnson, you're the cornerback 1 now. You have a solid replacement and not just, hope that one of your guys can become one.
Yeah. I wonder who took Javon Holland. He did.
Yeah, I wonder who that was.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Him and Newberg would be so much fun to watch. But yeah, number 13 for me, I have Josh Simmons, the tackle from Ohio State. They got to protect Tua, man. Armstead retired. I honestly think the former Buckeye product is the best option here. He can play both left tackle and right tackle, so wherever they need him, they will play him there. And then, like I said, man, the more protection for Tua, the better, because that man him and concussions are like best friends, which is scary to think. And not a good thing either, for sure.
No.
Number 14, our boy Daniel Jones and Indianapolis.
He's not getting help, though. I have the Colts going with Jahad Campbell, the linebacker. Colts already need a depth this position, and then EJ Speed left in free agency. So bringing Campbell gives him a nice, speedy, and athletic linebacker who can use that to, kind of limit the mistakes he might make and kind of make up for it. Gives him a nice piece on defense to help build around.
All right. I like it. I do have them getting some help, and thank God he's still on the board here. For the Colts, Tyler Warren was the pick for me, the tight end from Penn State. Look, that receiving room in general, it lacks that oomph, that excitement. Michael Pittman and Josh Downs are great, but Tyler Warren, he's like an offensive coordinator's dream. He's versatile. He can block, he can catch, he can be an H-back at times that we've seen as well. I forgot if he gave you guys any trouble in the playoff.
A little, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, obviously, because who made the championship? You guys. So yeah, but I love Warren.
I'm pulling the box score right now.
Okay,
Warren, 6 receptions, 75 yards.
It's nothing.
Nothing. Something, but
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Warren, man. I think him in Indianapolis would be a dream. Well, the Colts would love to have him, I should say, for sure. Another weapon for DJ or AR-15 to throw to, for sure. Number 15, the Atlanta Falcons.
So I got the Falcons. Finally, what they should have done last year, they're getting their edge rusher in this year's draft. I have Mekhi Williams.
Nice.
So they tried to do Judon. That didn't work out, really. Judon left free agency. Still a free agent, by the way. A lot of people kind of forget that. Matthew Judon,
Yeah, huh?
he's still out there. You know, if the Giants were to draft Hunter, wouldn't mind bringing in Judon maybe on a 1-year deal. But I digress. Anyway, you can kind of, finally be that game record Atlanta's been lacking the past few years.
For sure. Yeah, I have the Falcons taking the D tackle, Walter Nolan. Their current D tackle in the 3-4 scheme is his name is Onyemata.
Yeah.
He's only getting older. He's like 32 years old, so I'm like, you might as well go young now. And Nolan is an athletic 3 technique D tackle. And he can play the 4 technique as well. But he's performed well in college. He added that defense. He's young but technically gifted, which stands out to me as well. So give me Nolan from the Rebels to head to the Dirty Birds. 16, Arizona Cardinals. Who do you got?
I got a run on edge rushers right now. I have Shamir Stewart from Texas A&M. Cardinals did add Josh Sweat this offseason, but that pass rush room was abysmal last year. So you bring in Sweat, you bring Stewart alongside him. That pass rush gets immediately better overnight.
Yes, sir. I same thing here in terms of edge rusher. I went for James Pierce from Tennessee going to Atlanta, the Cardinals. Yeah, opposite of Sweat is his name is Justin Jones, and he was like good.
The whole thing was bad last year for Arizona. They had no pass rush.
Yeah, so adding Pierce or you said Stewart, right? Yeah, you said Stewart for Atlanta. Either way, they need an edge rusher, and we both have the Falcons or the Cardinals taking them. One of them, I should say, hopefully. So 17, the Cincinnati Bengals.
I got Mike Green, the edge rusher for Marshall. We don't know what the future of Trey Hendrickson's going to be. The Bengals defense is atrocious. So whatever this pick is, it's a defensive player. They don't know what Henderson is. He led the league in sacks last year. So, hey, bringing in Green alongside him, that's great. You trade him, move on from him. At least you're bringing Green to kind of take over that spot as the lead pass rusher in that defense.
If I could put money on something, it's and have it be a sure thing that I'm very confident in, it would be the Bengals taking a defensive player, because if they go offense, everyone will kill them for him. I have been taking Shamar Stewart, the edge from Texas A&M. He's an athletic freak with his size and explosiveness, a video game character by all means. And they need a playmaker, and if Henderson stays, that's a good 1-2 punch to have. Same thing with the Will Johnson and Jalen Ramsey situation that you mentioned with Miami. If the best player leaves in that position, which is Henderson in this case, Stewart comes in and becomes the number 1 pass rusher for that team. So Shamar Stewart going to the Bengals. Number 18, the Seattle Seahawks.
Kevin Banks Jr., the offensive lineman.
Wow, there we go. Okay,
so the Seahawks need help along their offensive line, especially in the interior. Banks can play both ways, but he's a better run protector than he is a pass protector. I think that suits better for a guard position. So you move Banks Jr. into the interior, and the line is better for Sam Darnold immediately.
Alrighty. I have them taking guard/center Gray Zamble from North Dakota State. He's been rising up the draft boards a lot.
He has been, yes.
Yeah, not just because of his performance in the Senior Bowl, but also the fact that he can play anywhere on the O-line in terms of left guard, right guard, and even center. And the Seahawks need help at right guard and left guard. So why not have him come in and play one or the other, or come in at center if need be? So give me Zabel, the kid from North Dakota State. Number 19, we go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who do you got?
Taking Jahad Barron, the cornerback.
Okay.
Buccaneers are a little weak in this position already, especially with the injury history of Jamal Dean. When Dean's on the field, he is a great player. But that's the problem. When he's on the field, he's not on the field much. So you bring in Barron, you give some help to the Buccaneers defense. He can play either in the slot, like we see with Drew Phillips, or if Dean gets hurt, he's got the size to move on the outside and still be very capable.
All right. I haven't taken a corner as well. I have been taking Siobhan Ravel, the man from East Carolina. An intriguing corner with his size. The ACL injury from last year is the only thing that's scary with him, but he is someone Todd Bowles, the head coach, would love to be able to have on his squad, and he's an intriguing guy to have opposite of Jamal Dean. Honestly, for me, not much faith in Zion McCollum. He's more than capable of playing CB2, but I feel like Ravel has the potential to be a very, very good corner as long as he's healthy and everything checks out in terms of his medicals. Number 20, we have the Denver Broncos, who I feel like we might have the same player here.
Maybe. I did tight end Colson Loveland for them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. Sean Payton loves tight ends. He sees him as the joker in the offense. Loveland is as the upside of Sam Laporta. Give Bo Nix that type of player to throw to. That's huge for his development. That's why I went tight end there.
Okay. Yeah. I think for me, their running back situation, I'm sure you kind of thought about this too.
I thought running back too.
Mark.
Definitely did think the running back.
Definitely, because Williams is gone. The starter is Jaleel McLaughlin, and I love Audric Estimate. You know how much I love him. But I do think that running back room is still a big question mark. And towards late in the year, like it was just a mix of like, oh, Williams is the starter. Oh no, McLaughlin's the starter. Now it's Estimate the starter. Like they need a real RB1, you know. And I feel like Amarion Hampton was the easy choice here for the guy from North Carolina. So give me Hampton going to Denver, and RB1 for them. Number 21, Pittsburgh Steelers.
I got them going interior defensive line with Kenneth Grant. They release Larry Ogunboy, I think. I don't know.
Yes.
So they released him, haven't addressed the position. Grant's great against single blockers, which he should face a lot with TJ Watt behind him. You think they're going to double team him, allowing him to go one-on-one with a blocker, allowing him to, maximize his potential.
Okay. It hurts to say it, but Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson, trash. So they need a quarterback, and why not get the one that's been my favorite all draft long, all offseason long?
Wow, Shedeur fell far. I thought Shedeur was gonna go top 10 for you. Really did.
Yeah.
Wow, he fell. Wow.
But it's okay. Shedeur Sanders goes to Pittsburgh and has a great career there, and get to go to DK Metcalf and
it's
friends.
A good situation.
Yeah. I'm not, man. If we get him somehow, I'd be happy, but it's okay. I'll root for him from afar, I guess. Unless they play the Giants, and I'll hope for his downfall. Number 22, going with the Chargers. Who do you have going?
I got Walter Nolan here. They lost Honda Ford in free agency, has a size to be effective, and put up impressive numbers in college.
Okay. I see the Chargers possibly going wide receiver, but I feel like they'll somehow sign Keenan Allen back to the team. So not only does Mike Williams come back, but also Keenan Allen comes back. They have McConkey already, so why not add a pass-catching tight end, and arguably the best pass-catching tight end in this draft, and that is Colson Loveland from Michigan. So I have them taking the tight end.
Nice.
Number 23, yes, sir. We got the Green Bay Packers, who are definitely not going wide receiver.
I got him taking wide receiver.
Oh my god!
I know, it's shocking. I literally wrote for my notes, don't make the same mistakes you did with Rodgers, in all capital letters when I did it. So Luther Burden, the wide receiver from, I believe, Missouri, right? Isn't that where he's from?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Missouri. Give Love a true number one wide receiver. He has 5-star athleticism and playmaking ability and can see it at all levels of the route tree. This is going to be a superstar if Green Bay can land him.
I have the Packers taking a player that they probably don't need to take, but they probably will anyways because, well, that's who they are. I have them taking a edge rusher.
I wanted to do it so badly, but I'm like, no. If I think if I was the GM of the Packers, what I would do, it's a wide receiver.
And I played the role of I know exactly what they're going to do which is not get a receiver for sure. But they will it will add to the pass rush here with Mike Green from Marshall. They will give Luke Van Ness all the chances to start, and Rashawn Gary will be starting more than likely opposite of him. But they need someone more explosive, man. And Green is an explosive freak with great bend and agility. So give me Mike Green from Marshall. 24, we got the Minnesota Vikings, the Packers rivals.
Yes, I am going with Blakey Starks. They need some secondary help out there. They only have Byron Murphy. Harrison Smith is 36 years old, on his way out the door. So you bring in a young star like Starks, helps out, balance out that secondary a little bit. Plus, Stark going north, Game of Thrones. It has to be that.
Makes sense. Don't know what that means, but I'm going to just say it makes sense.
Stark in Game of Thrones, the kingdom up north is ruled by the Starks.
That'd be meme worthy.
So we are the North Starks.
They're gonna run away with that idea.
Oh my god, they have to. If they don't, it's such a marketing miss.
Well, I have them taking Starks as well. Definitely an upgrade over Theo Jackson, and Harrison Smith is only getting older, so why not take the best safety in the draft, which is, to me, Mr. Starks. Number 25, the Houston Texans.
I got thinking Josh Simmons. Like, they traded away Laremy Tunsil. They need to give Stroud time to throw. Why not go out and get the offensive tackle from Ohio State?
All right. I have them taking a tackle as well. It's because someone needs to protect CJ Stroud, and Cam Robinson was a free agent addition, but you can kind of use an upgrade, someone younger perhaps, and why not get Josh Conley Jr., the man from Oregon. He's an athletic tackle with great leverage. He will definitely battle for the job if they take him. I have him taking him here. 26, Los Angeles Rams.
So I have him going with Emeka Ibuga, right? That's how I say his name, the Ohio State receiver. I can never pronounce it. They got to make the most of Stafford. Stafford only has a couple of years left. You got rid of Kupp. Why not replace him with a young, explosive wide receiver like him and really just get a great receiving core in there?
Yeah. For me, the Rams, in my opinion, need linebacker help, and Walker is someone you can have, or Jalen Walker, I should say, who I have him taken here from Georgia. You can have him at linebacker on the edge as a pass rusher. He can do both, and that'd be a dangerous guy to have on the defensive line or in the linebacker position, depending on where you want him. So give me him going to the Rams. Number 27, we got the
Ravens.
Ravens. Thank you, sir.
So Derek Carlman, the defensive tackle. Michael Pierce retired, and there's uncertainty around Brett Urban. They can solve that, solidify that defense. Give me Harmon.
All right. 27, I have the Ravens taking edge Michael Williams from Georgia. Williams is someone that you can be patient with, and you need to be patient with as well because he still has a lot of room to grow in certain traits, I would say. But Kyle Vanoy and Robinson are the two edge rushers to start for them. But Mr. Williams, and he has a red-hot motor. He's assignment sound. Great and run defense. He's someone that I would like to see Baltimore take a chance on and kind of give him time to develop, and he's going to be really good, definitely in year 2, year 3, and all things. So Detroit Lions, number 28.
James Pierce Jr., the edge rusher. With Aiden Hutchinson's injury, we saw that the Lions, Hutchinson's great, but there's nothing after him. Smith left in free agency. They need to pair someone with Hutchinson. James Pierce is the perfect guy, takes pressure off Hutchinson, allows him to come back for the knee injury slower, and makes the defense more versatile.
Okay. Yeah, I also have him taking an edge rusher as well. Nick Scrouton is the guy for me for going to Detroit from Texas A&M. Scrouton and Hutchinson will be a good 1-2 duo on that defensive line. Scrouton is an upgrade over Josh Pascal for sure. Scrouton, he's well developed, great bend at 265 pounds. Has a good amount of pass rush moves that will help him at the next level. He'll be a good addition for Detroit. 29, the Washington Commanders.
Quarterback Maxwell Hairston. Perfect alongside Marshall Lattimore. Neat kind of established guy, cornerback too. This is the guy I think they go with.
All right. I have taken an edge rusher, Donovan Izuraku from Boston College. The Commanders had interest this offseason, right, in guys like Bosa and Mack and DeMarcus Lawrence, but they added Izuraku here because he's pro-ready. And honestly, none of the Commanders linemen at this time had more than 5 sacks last year. So they need some help on that in terms of the pass rush. So they add one here with Azuraku. Number 30, we got the Buffalo Bills.
And I got them taking Trey Amos. They have struggled to find a quarterback too. And if they want to finally go for that hump and get to Super Bowl, they have to get past guys like Mahomes, Jackson, and Burrow. I would want my secondary to be as good as possible if I'm going up against those types of quarterbacks in the AFC.
Heck yeah. I have the Bills taking cornerback Jahdae Barron from Texas. They need cornerback help opposite of Christian Benford. Barron, he's a lockdown guy. He's a turnover machine, had 5 picks last year for the Longhorns, and he's an upgrade over Dane Jackson and can definitely play on the outside or in the slot depending on where you want him. So give me the corner from Texas heading to Buffalo. The Chiefs, 31.
So I am taking offensive lineman Gray Zabel. He is an interior lineman, but he has some experience playing tackle. So he's kind of like Banks and being like that sort of swing guy. So, put him at left tackle, which, even though they brought in Jalen Moore, it's just more, depth for you to have there.
Okay. I have the Chiefs taking Josh Conley Jr., the man from Oregon. Conley can play both left guard and left tackle. And honestly, their current left guard and left tackle right now for the Chiefs is Mike Caliendo and Jalen Moore. Trash. So, and Conley, he's a good prospect to invest in. So, give me the former Oregon Duck going to the defending AFC champions as we head towards 32 to the NFL World Champions, which is the Philadelphia Eagles. Who do you have them taking? So,
I have the Eagles taking Josh Conley Jr. Ironically enough. So
okay.
this is my rationale. I was fair. Lane Johnson's future is up in the air. All right, like he's coming back next year, but how much longer does he really have? The tush push and run game are such huge part of what make the Eagles a great team. They can't afford to lose guys in the offensive line. If you look at Johnson and look at Conley Jr., measurements are very similar. Lane Johnson, 6'6", 310. Conley Jr., 6'5", 315. So you lose an inch, but you gain 5 pounds. So you're pretty much replacing Johnson with someone pretty much the same size as him.
True. Yeah. I have the Eagles going tackle on the defensive side of the ball. They lost Milton Williams, right, this offseason to the Panthers. Yep. So why not get another Williams to replace him? Tyleik Williams from Ohio State going to Philadelphia here to wrap up round 1. Exciting defensive tackle prospect. He has good physical tools, I would say, that will get NFL decision makers excited. Great run defender, impossible to block at sometimes one-on-one. Has a good bull rush, and he would definitely make the defensive line dangerous once again because they're always a pain in the butt when it comes to playing them and dealing with their pass rush. So give me Tyleik Williams going to the Philadelphia Eagles to wrap up round 1 of our mock draft. And we'll have this posted on a graphic and posted for you guys on our social media pages. But yeah, that is our round 1, our first of maybe 2, depending on how we feel. Round 1 mock drafts for this upcoming 2025 NFL draft. So fun times there as we move on to Flushing Faithful now with Brian. And this is Brian Seven, where he talks about the New York Mets. A lot of, I don't know, Juan Soto still making headlines for things he's said.
Yeah, it's the stupidest thing in the world. Like, Juan Soto. So basically, Juan Soto did an interview in the New York Post where he talked about how he's being pitched differently because he no longer has Aaron Judge behind him. He called Aaron Judge the greatest hitter on the planet. I don't think any baseball fan would argue that. Like, Aaron Judge, I'm not being a huge Yankee guy, but Aaron Judge is the best hitter on the planet, right? Every time he's up at bat, that ball is going over the wall. I don't care. So yeah, of course he's going to get pitched differently. But people took that as he's being pitched differently too. He doesn't like the Mets. He doesn't like Pete Alonso. He misses Aaron Judge. He misses the Yankees. No, he's making a statement that, okay, people are paying me differently because I don't have the best hitter behind me. That's not a knock against a guy like Pete Alonso, who's having an unbelievable start to the season, batting .364. I think has 6 home runs now and like 20 RBIs. He's having a great season. So he is a good protection for Juan Soto. Juan Soto likes being a Met. This is just something that doomer Mets fans who don't like that Juan Soto isn't batting .500 and has 10 home runs already, and bitter Yankee fans that are upset he left. Those are the 2 people that are, pushing this narrative. And the New York Post is smart. Hey, if we run this headline, those 2 types of fans, which makes up a good chunk of the sport fan population, will eat it up. We'll get clicks. We'll get views. This is all it is. It's just page views. It's clickbait. It's such a nothing story. And yet we're making it up to be because Juan Soto has. I'm not going to sit here and say Juan Soto hasn't struggled. I'm just saying that while Juan Soto is struggling at the plate, and he looks like he's coming out of it at 2 home runs in the Minnesota series, he has been productive. He's gotten on base. I missed the game yesterday. I was at work. But he's gotten on base 13 of 16. If that's struggling for Juan Soto, and his OPS is almost 900, I'll take that every day of the week. So it's such a nothing story. It's blown out of proportion. I don't really mind it that much. Mets did lose 2 out of 3 to Minnesota, the first time we've lost back-to-back games all season. Fans are worried a little bit because the offense is so sporadic. Guys, it's April, okay? They played in Minnesota. It was freezing in Minnesota. Let's not forget they scored 7 runs on Friday, 8 runs on Sunday, and then put 5 runs up on Monday, all right? So the offense is there. It's showing us signs that it's going to break out. Is it, frustrating that it's not consistent and inconsistent like that? 100%. But the pitching has been good enough. We got a great start from Hagman yesterday, making his MLB debut. He didn't go long, but hey, put together a nice performance. Exactly what we asked him to do. Once the weather gets nicer, we will start hitting. I promise you that. We're going to lose back-to-back games. It happens. We're 11-7, sitting on top of the NL East right now. Things are good. Things are good. There are things to work on for sure. But we have a 7-2 record against teams over 500. We're top the NL East. So even when we're struggling, we're winning. So just be patient, Met fans. Once May comes around, things will click. It's not doom and gloom. It's not the repeat of 2022 when the team was good, but there were obvious flaws. These are flaws due to external factors like Juan Soto feeling pressure of the contract, which, hey, every player does. Look at all the players in the 90s and stuff. A lot of them said they took steroids because they felt the pressure of that contract. I'm not saying Juan Soto was taking steroids by any stretch of the imagination. And if you believe that, like one guy in my Twitter mentions, you need to shut up and go touch grass because you're a moron. But I digress. Once we warm up, everything will work out. Okay? So breathe, Mets fans. Things are good right now. Not that things are great. Things are okay. We will weather this storm, and a hot streak is coming once the weather gets nicer.
Yeah, it's only gonna get hotter, man. And that's when the ball's gonna be
It's
flying.
80 degrees here in Connecticut on Saturday, so it's right. We're right there. We're right there. It's cold today, but we're right there.
There's a reason why baseball is mostly a sport in the summertime, man. It's the only sport that's going on in the summertime, which means then it's gonna get hotter.
Yeah.
Ball's gonna be flying in all 30 ballparks, no matter where you are. Like it
was 40 degrees in Minnesota all week. On Tuesday, it was windy and cold. Baseballs don't fly in that.
It's 162 games for a reason, man.
Exactly. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Look at the positives. Even when this team is not looking at expectations, they're still finding ways to win. That is what you should look at.
Then there's me and my A's at 8-10.
Yeah.
I swear.
Hey, 8-10 is not bad.
Yeah,
500. It's an improvement from last year.
We're recording this on a Thursday. Hey, we have a chance to sweep the White Sox today, so I'm just like, hey, there you go, sweep the White Sox and go to 9-10. And as for the Phillies, man, Aaron Nola sucks. Oh God, dude. I was on Tuesday. I was watching the Phillies game when Jesus Luzardo was pitching for Philly. And I know I just mentioned how there's baseball's a 162 game season. But I was watching it and he allowed like 2 runs in like the fourth. I'm like, I hate baseball. Like you guys suck. It's like like we're not gonna make the freaking playoffs and all that stuff. And they end up winning. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot it's a long season and it's 9 innings played for a reason and all that good stuff. But like, I will say Aaron Nola needs to step up. If I'm going to make one baseball point, it's Aaron Nola needs to step up for the Phillies, man. He has like a 6-point-something ERA. He's been downright terrible to start the year. Taijuan Walker has a better ERA than him, which is shocking. I would never have predicted that. And we know how bad Taijuan Walker is for sure. But yeah, man, Nola needs to step up because if he doesn't, there's some concerning things going on there in Philly. And to the delight that maybe for Brian, a lot of Phillies fans will be quite upset for sure. But we'll see what happens there. Hopefully he can bounce back for the Philadelphia Phillies. But thank you, good sir, for that segment there of Flushing Faithful. As we go to our final segment of the day, which is game segment. We have quite a few topics to discuss, so you might as well get into it right now. We'll start with with the Giants real quick. We have 3 quarterbacks visiting us. So today will be Shedeur Sanders. They have dinners, by the way, with these guys the night before. So yesterday the Giants met with Shedeur for dinner, and they'll be hosting him for a workout today. Or actually, they'll be going to the campus to see the quarterbacks actually. So my apologies there for the mistake there. On Friday, they'll be going to see Jalen Milroe. And on Saturday, they'll be seeing Tyler Show from Louisville. And Yeah, just want to point that out. Not that it's crazy important, but we are visiting those 3 guys, and we'll see if they.
If anything, it takes away from the Giants are definitely taking Shedeur Sanders at 3 now. They're doing a private workout. No,
I know. Yeah, that
workout with other quarterbacks too, guys.
Got my hopes up, a little bit on Tuesday when I heard of that, but
and then during the show, it was announced the other 2 meetings. So like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
So way to go, yeah, nice job, Nate. Way to get too excited. Aaron Judge is going to lead the U.S. In the WBC in 2026, but who cares? Who cares? Francisco Lindor is going to lead Puerto Rico in 2026. That's
I will say. I do love that Aaron Judge is the team captain because a large part of the Team USA's problem in the World Baseball Classic is we haven't had the superstars of the game play in it.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge will lead to more superstars going. We just need pitching, all right? We need like a Paul Skeens to be like, what? I'm still enough for Team USA. Imagine seeing Livy Dunn in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh man, that'd be
Chef's
great.
Kiss.
That'd be great. Oh, next week we should do a dream or maybe prediction/dream WBC lineup for 2026.
For Team USA? Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm definitely down for that.
Yeah. Skeens is going to be on there for sure. Judge is obviously on there.
Judge, we have to do Judge because Judge is the captain.
Yeah, team captain. Yeah. Harper? Well, for me, Harper.
Harper, yeah. Reasons. Harper, I definitely would throw Harper in there.
Alonso
about the bench /DH is not a bad option. Unless you put Pete Alonso. I know he's not a great defensive first baseman, but if you watch him night in and night out, he has the stretching ability to make up for a bad throw from a shortstop and third baseman. So if you want to just put that in there and then put Harper as DH,
I feel like that'd be flexibility. That's true. Yeah. Well, we'll come up with our dream lineup next week. That'll be something fun to talk about for sure. Maybe on Tuesday for sure. But yeah. So
before the draft topic gets crazy. That'd be Thursday. Thursday's gonna be draft.
Hell yeah. So shout out to Lindor, man, the captain for Puerto Rico.
Team Puerto Rico.
And
yes, I bet you we're getting another announcement very soon about who's going to be captain of Dominican Republic.
I wonder who that is.
I wonder who that could be.
Another Met.
Another Met, and that Brian might like a little too much.
You got his jersey, so the love for this man is definitely there. But
I posted on my private story. I'm like, I'm in love with this man, and I had a friend I hadn't talked to in years goes, I didn't realize you came out. Happy Pride, bud.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, that's hilarious, bro.
That is not what I meant, but thanks. But we go from baseball to the gridiron once again. Notre Dame safety Kennedy Urlacher is entering the transfer portal, unfortunately. 5'11", 200-pound safety will have 3 years of eligibility remaining. He's the son of NFL Hall of Famer Brian Urlacher. So it sucks, man. I want him to stay in Notre Dame.
Yeah, it sucks, but it also, he said the reason why he was transferring is because the Notre Dame has so much talent that is younger than him that his starting job was kind of going to go away. And people don't remember, Urlacher was starting because Notre Dame was decimated by injuries in their secondary. So it sucks. Great player. Wish nothing but the best for him. But I understand why he's transferring. And it just shows the talent Notre Dame's bringing in.
Yeah. Another Notre Dame headline to note as well, Jeremiah Love is cross-training at wide receiver this spring.
I guess let's go.
Yeah. I guess Love he loves pass catching. Freeman was like, but he's a true running back, day in, day out. Or night in, night out, I should say. But I guess, hey, 2 positions. I mean, nothing wrong with it. You can still catch passes out of the backfield. There's nothing wrong with that. But, putting him in the slot, ain't nothing wrong with that for sure.
Yeah.
No. Shout out to the Irish getting a little creative with their starting running back.
Hey, if you have the ability to do it, get creative with it. Don't just be stuck in your position. Be a little creative like that.
Hey, as much help as you can, have your.
I think Love going to get the linebacker is going to be no.
That's a mismatch right there. You need to get as much help you need to provide your quarterback with as many weapons as you can.
And especially if Notre Dame is going to be bringing in, and I mean, if I had to guess right now, it's CJ Carr is going to be the starter next year. So he's going to be, I think he's a sophomore, like a true sophomore. That's a young guy to bring into a team that's coming off a national championship, and the expectation is going back. So giving him as much up as possible, please do.
Damn right. Well, speaking about college football, still we'll continue on the topic here. Syracuse receiver Trevor Pena entering the transfer portal as well after the school did not want to pay him $2 million. The head coach kind of went off on him a little bit. He was saying he was saying like, oh, he was asking for $2 million, which is too much. He wasn't, he didn't want to be here for the team. He was questioning the quarterback. And I'm like, he was your best receiver last year, and you don't want to pay him in a changing college football landscape that is pretty much NIL dominant.
Yeah.
And
this
your program,
story, and I'm pretty sure the next story we'll talk about, NIL is going to be changed significantly coming up.
They should have paid him. I'm just saying, he's your best receiver.
Oh, I agree with you. They should have paid him.
Yeah, Syracuse is tripping, and so they're going to pay for it. Watch, because whatever, their coach is weird as heck, but I digress. And finally, Tennessee transfer quarterback Nico Imaliva. Might as well call him I'm a leaver.
Just call him Nico.
Yeah,
that's how I call him, Nico.
Or I'm gonna leave a team that will be best.
I'm gonna leave the SEC.
Yeah, and go to the Big Ten.
The Big Ten, but like
impactful.
It's not like there's like the Michigan, the Oregons, the Ohio States of the Big Ten, and then there's like the Purdue's and the Indianas and the UCLA's the Big Ten.
And then a little bit further down, you have
Northwestern.
Yeah, you go. The uniforms ain't that bad. They're black ones, but the other ones are trash. I digress.
It's a great stadium though. River, ocean, like true. Waterfront. Beautiful.
Yeah, their stadium is nice, I will say. The family claimed that Amaliva transfer to UCLA was not about the money; it was about the offense itself.
I'll take lies for 1,000, Alex.
Yeah. Answer. Amaliva threw for over 2,600 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 5 picks last year for the Volunteers, who went 10-3 under his leadership, and ended up losing 42-17 in the college football playoff versus the Ohio State Buckeyes. Okay, so it wasn't about the money. It was about the offense. All right, buddy. Let's see. You couldn't beat Arkansas. You couldn't beat Georgia, and you got to beat Georgia if you're a good quarterback, and you got stunk out by Ohio State because they beat the hell out of you. The teams you beat are the following: University of Chattanooga, NC State, Kansas State. Okay, Oklahoma, sure. Florida in overtime. He didn't play well that game. He beat Alabama. Interesting.
Yeah, Bama did. Yeah, Bama. It was part of Bama's weird season. Bama was weird this year because they looked like national championships contenders in some games, and then like the Oklahoma game, they're like, this team doesn't even deserve being in the playoffs.
Yeah. But in the wins, like when he beat Oklahoma and he beat Alabama, he sucked. Let's be honest. I'm looking at his numbers. He sucked. He beat Kentucky, sure. Mississippi State, sure. Georgia.
He was an average quarterback this year.
Yeah, he was average.
He was average, but you saw flashes that if he developed in the Tennessee system, he could be a star quarterback. Is why everyone was so excited about him.
If he only stayed.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
it's like watching a rookie quarterback. Like, all right, he's not impressing me, but I'm seeing stuff I like here.
Yeah. I almost, he should just stay. But you know what? Whatever. That's on.
He's not getting $4 million from UCLA. I can tell you that right now.
I can tell you that, yeah. Oh, what's his name? Jason Sehorn's going to announce our second and third round picks for the Giants next week.
Oh, let's go.
I like it.
I love that they do that. I love that the former players announce the picks in the second and third round. That's nice.
The true white cornerback. The true good one.
Get Cooper DeJean out of here.
Yeah, they just released a list of former and active players who will announce the picks in round 2 and round 3 for this upcoming draft.
Anyone notable?
Let's see. Pat Peterson for the Cardinals, Richard Sherman for the Seahawks.
Ooh, I like that one.
Sean Alexander for Seattle as well.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be good for sure. I'm looking through it. We have Jason Sehorn, Jonathan Taylor for the Colts. Damn, you couldn't find anyone.
I don't like active players doing it. I think it should be like former players.
Yeah. The Packers who are hosting the draft, they have a few guys that are gonna show up. Mason Crosby, James Jones, Clay Matthews, Jordy Nelson is another.
Brett Favre? Oh yeah, wait, he's in jail. Did you see Netflix making a documentary about it?
I did not.
I can't wait.
Interesting.
Like it's like it'd be like a tell-all. I'm like, okay.
All right.
You have my attention.
And then, yeah, that's kind of it. Sports. Oh, NBA, of course. Well, the Bulls, as Brian mentioned earlier, did not beat the Miami Heat in the play-in tournament. So, Miami beat them 109-90. The Mavs beat the Kings 121-106. The Warriors beat the Grizzlies 121-116. And the Magic beat the Hawks 120-95. And Trae Young was ejected from that game as well. Because the Raps want to be fucking douches.
Someone tweeted out Trae Young gets to live off his COVID run one more year. That's great.
He had a good run, man. He was good at that.
Yeah, but that was also like 5 years ago.
That's true, quite some time ago. So
that might have been like during like the first Trump administration.
So the matchups out there at this time, Rockets will take on the Warriors, so 2 versus 7 there. The Celtics will take on the Magic. And the playing games left are the Grizzlies and Mavs for the 8th spot in the West, and the Hawks and the Heat for the 8th spot in the East. And either way, let's be honest, the number 1 seeds should take care of them of whoever they play. So
it's like it's like no, you win, no, you win, no, you win, no, you win.
Yeah. Who wants to get swept? I do. That's how it's gonna be. That's basically. But all right, that'll do it. As we move on to our daily or weekly game, pickle. Brian got the player last time. It was
Jackson Cherio.
Jackson Cherio, thank you.
The Milwaukee Brewers.
Yes, sir. So who do you want to guess for our first guest today, sir?
Give me Mr. Jesse Winker.
Yeah. Winker, let's go.
So it's an AL player.
American. At least you got the USA part.
He's an American non-outfielder in the American League.
All right, I'll go.
Not in the AL East either. He's a Central or West player.
All right, maybe he's an ace player.
Could be an ace player.
Tyler Soderstrom's a lefty, isn't he? I think he is. Yep, I can't do that. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe he's a pitcher. Give me Jeffrey Springs. No, he's a lefty too. Gosh, dang, who's our pitchers? Beto. No, he's not even a U.S. Well, maybe to get the West out the way. He's a Dominican? My God. No, okay, let's skip the ace players. Give me maybe Seager. Corey Seager seems reasonable for the Rangers, right? Yeah. Seager plays for the yes, he does. No, he's a left. God, much. Okay, no. Let me hold on. Give me DeGrom. Yeah, he's a righty. Yeah. He plays for the Rangers.
Left egg.
He's a left. Gosh, son of a gun. Okay, well at least
he's a pitcher. He's American, and the age is too high.
Okay, good. He's either 37 or 38.
Okay, I guess so.
Okay, he's either 37, 38. He's in the AL for sure. So Central.
Central, yeah. Right? Yeah, he's an AL Central pitcher.
All right. Who do you think, my friend? Dun.
Kenta Maeda.
He's a U.S. guy?
No, he's Japanese. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say age is right though. I mean, age is right there.
Right there. That's why I had him.
Central.
So 37 American AL Central. Eduardo Rodriguez went to. He left. Who is still pitching out there?
That's a great question.
Give me some White Sox and no one knows. Like, oh Jesus Christ, he's still in the league. I know it's not right, but give me Schoolball. See if we get the team right.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Okay, so the Central.
Now Detroit Tiger.
Okay. Tigers, White Sox, Indians. Oh, sorry, Guardians. Royals.
I don't think he's a Twin because I'm running through the Twins pitchers right now, and they're all young. Like it's Joe Ryan, Bailey Ober, Chris Paddock, Simon Richardson, who's young.
Yeah, so
it's not a Twin. Twins are too young. Unless, I mean, how old is Pablo Lopez? I don't think he's 30.
29.
Yeah, I was going to say. So it's not a Twin. So it's a Royal, a White Sox, or a Guardian?
Okay, so it's not. I put Shane. Oh, I thought Shane Bieber was a little older, so man, there goes my knowledge of baseball. All right, so it's down to the Royals and the White Sox. So the Twins are very young.
The Twins are young. Yeah, it's not one of them. Royals or White
Royals.
Sox? Who pitches for the Royals? Jesus Christ.
I know. Seth Lugo's still there, but he's a lefty. I know that for sure.
Yeah, and
Dang. The White Sox. Cannon is a starter.
mm-hmm.
Oh man, I should look at the starter lineup for the White Sox before joining the show today. Hey man, we literally play them.
I mean, who are the White Sox pitchers? Like, can we just name one of them and just see if we can get the White Sox out?
Yeah, let's see. Let's do Cannon just for
Yeah.
There's
a Royal.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
How old is Michael Wacha still on the Royals, or did he leave? The age isn't there though.
Yeah. Dang. Kansas City, huh? I never ever paid attention to their pitching staff. Ever. Dang, this might be the one.
No, it's not. I refuse.
Wonka.
Cole Reagans? He's, I think, young though. Look him up.
27. Dang. Okay. Reagan's Wonka. I'm drawing a blank. I really don't know any.
Michael Lorenzen? Is he still
The age is right there, man.
Just guess it and make sure it's not like a twin that's on. Okay, it's a Royal.
Okay. So he's for sure 34 or 35. Royals. Man, they have a veteran pitching staff.
Yeah. Unless this isn't a guy in the rotation, it's a bullpen guy, it's a swing guy. You know?
True. Man, they always got to give us these difficult players. I don't blame them, but like, golly. I'm so blanked. I don't know any Royals pitchers. Some see. Wait, I feel like there's. I don't know if he exists, but this is a guy with like a holes, whatever. No, I forgot. No. I really got nothing. I wish.
Bolduc. There's a guy with a B on the Royals. Don't know his name. It's like Chris.
Wait, Chris. Wait. Bubik, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's 27.
So it's an injured pitcher.
Andrew
Haney. I don't know. Andrew Haney. Try that. Maybe he's a Royal. Nope.
Pittsburgh. Oh my god. 35. All right, pitching for the Royals. Damn.
Egg, the pitcher, the bullpen guy, Egg. Is he a guy they switched?
How you spell it? It's not cheating because we're guessing the player, so technically.
Yeah.
Trying to think, dude. Oh, come on.
ERCEG. Jesus.
No, you're saying former A.
This is definitely a player that's injured.
Dude, oh, for sure. I'm definitely I'm gonna be pissed whoever this is. Wow, this is gonna think.
I only saw him because he popped up. I looked it up. Austin Harvey.
Reliever, 30.
This is definitely an injured player.
Dude, has to be. Someone I'd never freaking heard of.
Because, like, I saw it on ESPN's depth chart where I looked up the guy I was looking for. We guessed every single starter the Royals have.
Oh, so even like, so literally.
We're out of starters because, yeah, Waka was a no, Rakes was a no, Lorenzen was a no, Bolbic was a no. Who's left?
Oh my god. Yeah, I give up. I'm not.
Yeah, I give up. I don't know. Don't know.
What is this? What does this button do? All right, let's just go. Who are the others we guessed? Yeah, Reagan's,
Lugo.
Big Whoop, Lugo. Yeah,
it's Lugo.
Wait, is he injured?
No, he's not.
He has a 3.86 ERA.
Man, we're idiots.
Oh, I'm a casual. He was on my fantasy team.
Now look at that, huh? This is not a proud moment for us.
Wow, no sir.
And he's a former Met too. Jesus Christ. A lot of 2016, 2015 Mets in the past couple of days. We've had Michael Conforto, Wilmer Flores, and now it's Seth Lugo. We can't have an active Met. We had Mets when I was in middle school and high school.
I just thought Lugo was a lefty. That's what it was.
Yeah, no, Lugo's righty.
At least we got it.
We got it, exactly.
We did get it.
I don't really say that we got that. We started guessing. We actually backed into Lugo.
Yeah, so maybe it just takes freaking guessing to get the player. He's the second starter on the freaking rotation, bro. Oh my god. It's Reagan's, Lugo,
that rotation needs some help.
They need help. The closer's Estevez? Oh, sad. Anyways, well, we ended up getting it, ladies and gentlemen, after 10 minutes of trying, and we'll take it. But that'll wrap it up for the Third and 10 podcast here, episode number 77. I think we have 2 more episodes before the end of season 2. Because once after the draft, it's going to be a whole new season with a whole new intro, and just a bunch of things coming up, or that are going to be changing a little, just minor tweaks, but just some new stuff as we head towards season 3 now.
I'll be here. Nate will be here.
Yeah, we signed a long-term contract.
I'll be yelling about the Mets.
Yeah,
and the hatred of Philadelphia will stay.
It's gonna be the same stuff, just some tweaks, but it's gonna be a fun season 3 that kicks off 2 Mondays from now. So fun stuff coming up there. But in the meantime, you can follow us on social media, Brian at BrianPG1016. You can follow me and Nathan _New124, and you can follow our podcast page at Third and 10 Pod on Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok as well. So thank you so much for your guys' time. Thank you for listening. If you got this far, we appreciate your support. Make sure to like and subscribe. Shout out to Belly Up Sports as always. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday. We are 1 week away from the draft. That means we are 1 week away.
I am both excited and nervous.
Yeah, me too. Because we're gonna find out who.
I just want to be over. It would just be a week from now. We did the show and we know who it is.
Me too. I hope.
No speculation. I just want the guy.
Me too. So, but thank you guys so much as always. We'll see you guys on Tuesday, and we will talk more then. Peace.